Hello everyone, Laura here once again with another episode of Pixel Squirt. I almost forgot the name of the show, but then I remembered it. I am here this week as ever with Mari.
Hello!
And Stacey.
Hello!
That was a very weirdly paced intro from me. I sort of, bits of it I was rushing through and bits I paused weirdly. It's an odd day today. It's been a weird one.
We were gonna do Final Fantasy, but then all the good stuff was Final Fantasy X. Everything else was weird gifs of lightning sucking dick, which is not weird. I shouldn't have said weird, but it was it's like a GIF compilation. There's no storyline.
Oh man, I should have sent you the really weird lightning cosplay porn that I found.
What? We could have watched.
No. That. It's not really good. That's the point of the
show.
I mean, I literally found it right before we started, but it's
fine. We're gonna watch it live. We'll do it live.
I'm up for doing it live if you want to do it live.
Yeah, let's do it live.
All right, I don't know where I just look up. I think I just looked up Final Fantasy, and it was on the front page, but
of what?
Can you send us links?
I don't have a link.
Of a Pornhub what? Yes. Why would she have links to porn? She's an innocent virgin. Okay?
It's either that or
Wait, Final Fantasy on Pornhub?
Yeah. I actually typed in Final Fantasy 15 because I really wanted to find some of the boys I don't know.
What's it called?
This was...
I think it's just called lightning cosplay porn.
Well, the thing I had is when we mentioned the idea of Final Fantasy, I had the same thought, is I wanted Final Fantasy 15 boy band having sex in a car. That was my instinct, and I'm sure it probably exists out there somewhere, so, maybe we'll just have to come back and do more Final 15.
I found it. Okay,
yeah.
Send me a link. What are we
I'm putting
watching?
it in the chat. This is important. Okay.
What is the name of this porn for people who want to go watch it?
Japanese Final Fantasy cosplay porn. Is that it?
That looks like it.
Alright, I'm gonna start. I like how they have audience retention on Pornhub now.
Oh, is that what that graph is? I thought it was something like volume?
No, it's audience retention. Here's the thing. I think what they're doing is that so that you can look and be like, where's everyone else seeing the money shot? Because usually you have to go to the comments and they'll be like, this is at this minutes, you don't have to search around, so maybe this is but it's also interesting because you could be like, what's everybody else looking at,
So to start us off, we are watching Japanese Final Fantasy cosplay porn, and it's basically lightning with two magic wand vibrators just being forced on her nipples.
Yeah, no, but she's fully clothed.
Yeah,
so
it's where the nipples would be, but we can't see the nipples.
Yeah,
this is clearly they're playing around because she's smiling but being oh no, but she's smiling and showing.
Guys,
consent.
I didn't watch this, so I don't know what we're in for at all. I watched 2 seconds and then
two Hitachi magic wands are on her nipples
and
fully clothed.
By the way, it's clear that I think the room is dark.
And they have a light on.
Yeah, and they have a light on her.
So, both of her arms are being held against a wall by men that appear to just be
but
sucking her
gently.
fingers. Gently held. This is gentle, erotic hold. Oh, her face is being licked now. There's a lot of licking going on. Both of her hands are being independently sucked and licked.
And they're licking her arms, too.
Yeah. They're not
and
kissing.
She's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. She's smiling.
You're at the part where they're licking her armpit?
No, not yet.
Oh, no, that just started. They're licking her armpit. I was more...
I'm a little bit behind you guys. Hold on.
I was more caught up by the moment where, the man goes in as if he's going to kiss Lightning and then just sticks his tongue in her mouth. And
I think that's
kissing.
a domination thing for Japanese porn where they just end up licking you.
Well, both wands on one nipple.
Yep.
Okay, so they're licking her armpits.
This is not a collection of things that I have seen happen at once in I can honestly say
I wonder if
I've
that
never
feels good. Do you think that feels good?
I can
to have someone lick your armpit?
Well, no, but now I want to know that too.
I'm guessing that maybe it feels good because a lot of people are ticklish under their armpits. Maybe
no, I mean the double Hitachi wand on the nipple. What's that?
Oh, she's got. Yeah, and now we've got one upper skirt, too.
Oh, I've not
I'm
seen one.
behind you guys. Like, you're giving away spoilers, but yeah.
Oh, I see the one going up the skirt now. There we are. I like that she stayed in cosplay the whole time. Even when her breasts have come out, like, they're still 90% in cosplay.
If you get naked for the video game porn, then you no longer know that that was the person.
You know my favorite touch of this so far is they've lifted up the leather skirt and she has the shorts under the skirt. Like,
of course.
This is
an accurate cosplay.
This is an accurate cosplay. Like, she's getting the magic wand through the leather underwear because you've got to get the cosplay right. Oh no, one of her buckles on her top.
She's having a great time, I can tell. Look how much fun she's having. She's like, this is great. This is like nerd girl who has a cosplay.
Like, I can't tell whether she's having fun or whether she, like, because a lot of the time she looks like she's laughing.
She's either...
Yeah, laughing is a good sign.
Like, it's a good sign if you can.
And now
laugh
she looks
during
grossed
sex.
out because they're licking her face.
Yeah, there is she has a very shiny face right now. Like, there's a lot of tongues, like, very slobbery over her cheeks, like, up near her eyes and nose, and she's like, I'm smiling and laughing.
I'm gonna be real, I'd do this. This looks fun. This looks like it would be, like, you know?
I don't think I'd be able to, like, time.
Like, licking her.
Like, there are bits of this that look interesting to me, but I could not deal with that much saliva on my face of someone else's saliva, that much of it on my face, I would probably not be able to deal with.
Do you think that she's up against a wall or on the floor?
I think that would be part of the compromise.
I think she's on a wall.
No, she's against the wall.
I was trying to figure out based on the breast physics because...
Well, no, her boobs are being held up by some clear tape, I think.
See, now you mention it, I'm really not sure.
Right? Because...
Wait, now I'm not sure.
Also, can I just say,
gravity?
I really like this watching along live format, because it means that for the listeners, if you've paused, or if you've, like, paused now and go rewind, you can be watching porn along with us. Isn't that great?
You can sync up the porn.
Know.
Oh my god, is
play
this,
porn.
What's the name of it? Riff tracks for porn.
porn tracks.
Yeah.
Let's...
Okay, so I don't know, why didn't you send this to us, Stacey?
I didn't watch it. I just, like, looked at 2 seconds. I was like...
As this goes on, I am now convinced she's lying on the floor.
It is... Wait, now I'm confused.
I don't understand physics anymore.
Actually, no, if you... Hold on. You could...
Wait, how... But, like, if
she's on the wall. You can tell
like...
because there's a dangling chain next to her, and it's dangling down towards the camera. Not...
Oh.
Yeah.
It is, you're right. Okay, mystery solved.
But that's how you know it's good porn, because you don't even know which way gravity's going.
Oh, like, got a blurred out pussy.
Okay, this was a theme that came up like
pussy.
a few times with the Final Fantasy porn, was blurred out genitalia, which I don't think we've come across on Pixel Squirt yet.
Well...
Oh, that's because it's illegal to show the vagina.
I felt like in one of the other ones we watched, I noticed the penis was blurred. It didn't appear the vagina was blurred.
The vagina was blurred, but to a lesser extent.
It was blurred. It's just...
But, like, this is the weird thing, is I guess that just because Final Fantasy is such a Japan-centric series, a lot of the porn we've watched this week has been from Japan and made in Japan, and as such, we've got blurred out genitals. Which we've not really come across with Western franchises.
You know what I always wonder is, like, how come when they send, like, maybe nobody really sends hentai to the U.S., but if they're, like, selling hentai DVDs or whatever in the U.S., why don't they send, like, the non-censored version? Or are they not even allowed to sell it?
You would think there'd be some way around it, but... Like, it's not a problem for a shot like this where the wand is on the crotch, because, like, the wand being blurred, it's like, okay, we can still see what's going on.
We know what's going on.
I'm enjoying the, like, sort of, like, struggling a little bit, but smiling while she does it.
But yeah, like, she's smiling, so you can tell it's like...
Yeah.
I totally didn't realize that she was working on 2 dicks.
Oh! I hadn't noticed this yet. Oh, yeah, as we zoom out, she is working with 2 dicks. Why are we not getting us... Yeah.
This is a expertly choreographed and directed porn.
This would be the moment that Pornhub should have a nice engagement spike. Where's our engagement spike?
Because everybody didn't give this a chance.
Yeah.
They just saw the armpit licking and left.
The person who directed this has done such a good job of, like, zooming into one thing happening so that you don't notice that we're transitioning to something else happening off shot.
This is wonderful. they should get an award for, like, cinematography. Because you don't know which way is up, you don't know where things are going.
Also, while we're watching, I feel the need to read out one of the adverts on Pornhub while I'm watching. Apparently, only a 5-minute drive, and I could be fucking this hot MILF.
Only 5 minutes.
No bullshit.
Well, if I give Ron Jeremy 37 seconds, he will show me how to make my penis bigger. No BS,
So,
just inside
I have
secrets.
to share with you guys the one that made me refresh the page last time I was looking at this.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because it was too upsetting.
Okay. Now, while you're doing that, we now have 3 dicks in the picture.
Yep.
Oh, she's sucking a dick.
Yeah, she's sucking a dick while jerking 2 dicks. And the one in the background maybe isn't blurred?
Okay, so this is consensual non-consent, just in case anyone was wondering. But it's not, scary
this is really,
she's smiling the whole time.
I'm often, like, a bit icked out by consensual non-consent, but this I really like because she's smiling.
Well, yeah. So, like, one time, when I used to moderate, I still moderate it, I just don't pay attention anymore, this subreddit called Mass Erect, the rule was you could show whatever you wanted, but all characters, if it was something that was, like, borderline, the character in the picture or GIF or whatever had to be smiling in order to
show that it's not, like, they're being
sort of
hurt or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Another rule was that you couldn't have canonically homosexual characters being forced straight. Like you couldn't have that stuff.
Yeah, that's an understandable
Oh my
rule.
goodness.
Okay, so those are always my rules for
3
Lightning
dicks
just
in
has
her face.
3 dicks all in that face right at once.
She's still smiling,
Go
though.
to town with those dicks. Yeah, she is just having a good time, just being like,
So
there's so
many.
many dicks to suck. How do I decide which dick
It really
to suck
shows
right
the
now?
huge difference between, like, if you want to show consensual and non-consent. And I'm saying it doesn't have to be this way.
Oh my god. One of the dicks just went in her ear.
Okay, the dick has been going near her ear for ages. I was like, how
Maybe
long
he
is it going
was
to be
just
before
like,
the
is
dick's
this too
in the
weird?
ear?
Is this too weird to do? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for
She's
it.
sucking one, jerking one off, and the other one's just bouncing around her ear.
Yeah. And she's like, all right, just I'll touch it with my hand. Just stop putting it in my ear.
I would like to be able to hear when we're done. I'm also getting an ad telling me to delete my web history because I don't want my friends to know about this.
As
this
if your
porn
friends
game.
would
As
care?
if my friends are looking up my browsing history to check what porn games I played.
I know.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, you played the porn game.
Oh my goodness.
This is just very fun. Lots of dicks in Lightning's face.
Wow, I feel so glad that I offhandedly mentioned this.
Well, you can't just say weird cosplay porn and then not do anything about it for the podcast that's about weird porn. I like this porn.
Yeah, this has been really good so far. Like, we didn't have much in the way of porns to discuss this week. Like, I think going into this episode we had 2/3 to talk about. This was just a nice way to start off.
I would say that the Final Fantasy porn it's a good genre.
It's delivering. Go Final Fantasy. I'm now trying to think of Final Fantasy puns that are to do with sex, and I can't think of any. I was going to try and be clever, but apparently I can't think of any puns.
Final Ecstasy?
Oh! Shit.
My first instinct was to go penile fantasy.
Oh.
It's not the best one.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was like trying to think
Penile
of...
Fantasy 15.
Yeah, that maybe works if you put 15 dicks in the character's face. So, how long have we got left? We've got about a minute left on this one, and she's still very much enjoying these dicks.
Still working away.
Some of them are putting their hands on her head for the dick sucking, but they're not being, like, violent, you know?
They're
not
just
being, like, forceful. They're just, like, putting their hands on her head and then just, like, gently touching and then, like, stopping.
Yeah, they're just making their presence known. Also, I'm realizing from the suggested videos, there's a lot of anime cosplay porn that is getting recommended. Like, the first thing I saw recommended was Hatsune Miku porn.
We will have to keep that in mind for later.
Is it a good time for us to move on in a second to the ones that we planned on watching?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, because we're now, like, 30 seconds from the end, I'm like, you probably have to see this one to its end.
Alright, so at the very end, one guy holds her hands up, and she sucks a dick.
Yep.
Yep. But the guy is, like, behind her, so she's kind of, like, but they've blurred, like, just over her shoulder. You can't really see it, but...
That's where his donger is.
Yep.
It's somewhere there.
Oh, okay. So I just got an ad for One Simple Secret to get a bigger cock, but it's one of those weird silicone, like, lower body torsos that you can buy. You know, that's like a sex toy. You know what I'm talking about. But it's, like, really small. Like, what the fuck is this?
So, Final Fantasy porn.
Yeah.
So, in terms of Final Fantasy porns that we had planned to talk about going in, should we probably start with Final Fantasy... where's the name of the one?
Let's do the LULU one.
I was gonna... Okay, we could do LULU. We've just got to make sure we do YUNA before YUNA 3D porn animation, I guess.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Final Fantasy LULU SFM porn. This is what the one we're doing.
Yeah, and I assume SFM again is Source Filmmaker.
So for this one, I really think if you're gonna watch this, do it with the audio on, because a lot of it is what Lulu's saying.
Almost a third of it is just her doing dirty talk in the dark, where you can't really see what's going on.
Well, you can see her boobs and she's jacking off the dick, but it's like a lot of it comes because I like it when the porn involves like key story elements from the game because
Oh my god, you dork.
because it's like
that's a
yes,
really good
this is
point.
happening within the context of the game.
Mari's like, I like it when the porn is factually accurate to the canon.
I do, because it takes me out of it if it's not canonically correct.
I agree with you there. Like, if it's not canonically accurate to some degree, why am I bothering to watch video game porn? Why
I know,
not just
because
watch
I
porn?
want to fuck Lulu. I want to...
Well...
So, it's like, Final Fantasy X came out at a very transformative time of my life. So, all the girls of Final Fantasy X, Riku, Yuna, Lulu... Like, when Lulu was first revealed in Final Fantasy X with all those belts and her boobies, I was like, whoa, what is this? Because I was a teenager, like a young teenager being like, wait a second, what is this? What am I feeling? So,
do you want to tell us how this Lulu porn, you know, pulled you into the world of the game because of what was going on?
Well, she brings up Waka and what's his face, the dead brother. Waka's dead brother.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
So she was with Waka's dead brother before he died, and then later she gets with Waka, so she's being like, oh yeah, your dick's bigger than both of them. Like, just referencing that they exist and she has connections with them. And I'm like, yep, this is canonically correct.
I like that they're acknowledging that these characters exist within the wider world of the game and not just these two characters in isolation are banging. It's like, no, these two characters are banging, but they're banging as part of a rich and varied world of which they are part of.
And I like that her underwear, of I guess we could call it that, matches the design of what she normally wears. So even though she is naked, we know that this is the Lulu design.
She still has all her belts.
Yeah, because Lulu literally, her entire dress in the game is belts. So then they put a bunch of belts for her, like, whatever she's wearing. And she's still wearing the thigh high she wears. And she has her hair done right. And she's wearing the necklace. So therefore, you still know this is Lulu.
Yeah, we get a really nice shot, actually, when he fucks her from behind and, like, all of the belts, like, over her ass.
Yeah, that was a really nice way of handling that.
And, like, here's a nice touch I really liked, because I'm into this. At the very end, you see that Yuna is being cucked.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, and I'm going to assume that Yuna and Lulu are in on this, because Lulu is looking at Yuna, and Yuna's just watching in the background.
Yuna's just there, like, I am not allowed to take part in this.
Yeah, Yuna has to watch.
Yep.
Yuna's just watching.
Yeah.
And it's like, no way Titus wouldn't notice.
Wait, how do you know that she was there? I mean, I know that she's looking off into the bushes, but...
If you zoom out, you see the back of Yuna's kimono. It's a very distinctive kimono.
Oh, I see.
And she's watching.
I saw that thing in the corner, but I was like, that's annoying. Why is that there?
That's the YUNA in the corner, not allowed to
That's
bang.
what many people say of YUNA. Why, that's annoying. Why is that there?
Oh god, sorry, slight side topic, something that has only just come into my head from a previous Pixel Squirt episode. You know when we were doing the Overwatch episode and we were talking about, like, the people wearing Overwatch leggings for live action Overwatch porn? I've just realised I'm wearing Overwatch Tracer leggings today.
Oh my!
Oh,
I saw the picture of them and I wasn't sure if
yeah, it's
what you got
all
them
for a big old
but
sex thing. You know, this is now canon, I guess.
Just make sure to maybe you could get like a tailor to insert a zipper.
just a nice convenient.
Just
crotch
tell them
zipper.
to do that. Don't give them any context for it. Be like, I need a zipper here.
That's fine. I'm sure I can go on Google and learn how to fit a zipper myself. The character models in the LULU SFM porn the character models were really good.
Yeah, and the thing is, LULU has huge boobs, and they didn't, and so I wasn't like, oh, those boobs are too big. Those are just LULU's boobs.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I found about a lot of the animated Final Fantasy porn, and it's definitely notable about this one. All of the designs are, the best way I can describe it is they're overly smooth.
Well, I think to be fair, because Final Fantasy X came out in 2001, I think.
Yeah.
So you're saying that they look uncanny valley to be true to the...
No, because these porns were probably made closer to the time of the release.
Possibly.
Probably 2004.
It's watching them today, there's just a little bit of uncanniness of everything looks a bit too, softened features.
Yeah. I mean, I think we haven't gotten to this one yet, but the worst one is probably Titus.
Yo.
Titus is fucking terrifying.
It doesn't look like Titus when we get there. This one you could definitely tell that the characters were who they were, and even if they were slightly too soft in some of the features, they were still high quality detailed art.
Yeah, I think my favorite of the ones that we see was probably Lulu.
Lulu, I think Lulu benefited from all of the intricate details mentioned earlier, the things like
that's probably
the belts,
a custom
the
model that someone made.
Yeah, well, you would assume it would have to be to have the belts and things still, but not clothing under the belts. It's got to be custom to some degree, but yeah, that one did turn out really nicely. It was a really nice, 3 minutes? It was pretty short, but
a lot of the Lulu talking was great.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the first one that we've watched where the quote unquote sexy talk didn't make me totally cringe, because normally when porn tries to do that, I'm just oh god. But that was actually that was nice.
I would say that is most of the appeal for this one. The porn is good, but the sexy talk leading up to it is what's that was another step up. That was really good.
Mm-hmm. It's not really my thing, but I can definitely appreciate that it is used well.
Is that a good point for us to move on to the other pair we have to talk about today?
I just sent the prequel, I would call it, just to show that whoever made this put something together for the build-up of that nice scene.
Yeah, so you sent these to me in the opposite order. I watched these in the order you sent them, so I got very confused.
So did I.
Yeah, so to give a little background, in the DM conversation we had about this, initially, the first one we got sent to watch was Final Fantasy Fuck Yuna Takes Tidus's Cock Gamer Porn 3D Animation, followed by later being sent Final Fantasy Yuna VMXXXtunes.blogspot. And the latter that we're going to talk about first is 5 minutes of mainly talking in Japanese, which I do not speak.
None of us do. I
just wanted to give the person credit.
A kiss?
They made that whole thing.
No, we can still talk about it.
I think it's worth talking about, but it's it ends with 15 seconds of not actually shown but alluding to porn, and I didn't realize it was a prequel to the other one. I was really confused by why we were watching it at first. So, yeah, Final Fantasy Yuna VMXXXtunes.blogspot. starts with a really nice setup shot of gorgeous water, musical composition going on, and then it pans to Titus. That's not Titus. What's with that hair? What the fuck is up with that face? You are not Titus.
Oh my god. The first thing that I wrote down for this one was Weird Face Titus by Campfire.
I wrote down I wrote down I refuse to believe this is Titus.
He just looks like, I don't know, in the other one even more so because he's not wearing clothes, but like, oh man.
So Titus is at the fire. Well, we suppose it's Titus, I guess. YUNA comes over, they have a conversation at the fire. I wrote down the note, oh, so this isn't porn? And then we get 15
this
seconds.
This is taking place at right before they go to the ruins of Anarkand, or whatever it's called.
That sounds about right.
Not Anarkand. What's it called?
Zanarkand?
Zanarkand.
Yeah.
They go to the ruins of Zanarkand, and so this is like that you know that scene where you first turn on Final Fantasy X and they're all sitting around. It's at that place.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking. I assume they're talking about like, I'm gonna fucking die soon. No, I don't want you to die. I'm so sad. All right, I'm gonna get naked. Like, I assume that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, like
I really like how this does the classic, like, they sort of appear to have like not like a disagreement, but they each like yell, and then Yuna's upset, and then Titus like goes up to her, and all like, because I can't understand Japanese, all I could hear him saying was, "But Yuna, I can fix this with my penis. I can fix it. Get naked and I can fix it.
You don't need to die, Yuna. You don't need to give up your life for the final summoning. Just let me fuck you.
Just let me fuck you, please. I can fix it if you give me a chance."
I really hope that is the plot. So, basically, the last 15 seconds is they kiss, her top comes off, but we don't see anything, her dress drops to the floor, and it cuts before we see anything, and I was like, oh, that's disappointing. Oh, wait, it leads into Final Fantasy Fuck Yuna Takes Titus's Cock Gamer Porn 3D animation.
Oh, boy. This is the...
Hey, man,
yes.
I think this is a very well done if you just ignore Titus.
If you ignore that this is clearly not Titus, then yes, this works. Like, the
he looks like...
The outfit was perfect.
He looks like... Yeah, the outfit was perfect, but he looks like some, like, Uncanny Valley Ken doll in this.
Yeah, well, okay. I want to give credit to this video. They do a lot of time. There's a lot of foreplay focused on Yuna. And then she's like, oh, no, like, I've never done this before. Bam! Later, sucking a dick. She, like, throws him to the ground. Starts sucking his dick. And then, like, they make love. My favorite part is where he comes and she's like, I'm not done.
Yeah, I'm getting back on.
He's done. He comes and she's like, excuse me, and gets on top of him.
So we've kind of jumped ahead a little bit. Like, I think it's really important to note something you've sort of flew by quite quickly there.
Sorry.
They spend so much time at the beginning of this on foreplay, and it's really nice that so much of it is foreplay focused on getting Yuna where she needs to be. There's a lot of,
I figured, she was a virgin or something, but no, clearly not. Like,
yeah. There's a lot of things like, it starts with tracing hands over the breasts, and I mainly made a note of that because as the hand goes over the nipple, and the nipple sort of, like, depresses and then pings back into place as the hand goes over it, that was just a nice detail that was like, that was completely unnecessary, but a really polished detail.
Mm-hmm. I like that when he's inserting his fingers into her vagina, he's always checking with her, like, hey, like, slow down, go faster, what's up?
Yeah, like, are you okay? Is this okay?
She does, however, look like she's grimacing at points.
That's a common thing in Japanese porn where, like, they're enjoying it, but they're just expressing it in a different way.
Yeah, I assumed as much. Like, it didn't look like it was a non-consensual situation. It was just, I kept getting a bit thrown by the face.
So I think that there are a couple interesting things culturally that come up in this porn, because when you watch like porns from different cultures, there are a lot of things that like facial expressions or like sounds that people use in different cultures that like mean the same thing but they don't sound the same.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Japanese female moans to me.
Yeah, they don't sound it's kind of like they're enjoying things, at least to me.
Yeah.
But in Japan, so it's that's what they sound like when they're enjoying. You know?
Exactly. That's not disparaging anyone who either likes that how that sounds or sounds like that when they have sex. It's just unusual to my ears.
To us Western plebeians.
It's kind of like how, like if you give like the thumbs up sign, that means different things all around the world.
Exactly.
It's same exact thing with like facial expressions and like sounds in porn. Like they're all going to be pretty different. And this was very much like, even though this wasn't really something I, was a fan of, I definitely could separate it as like cultural thing.
Yeah, so if you want to be a cultured aficionado of porn, you need to be understanding of other cultures. Widen your mind, man.
Yep.
So the foreplay continues with a bunch of stuff like biting the nipples. There's oral that goes on. High quality fingering I put down in the notes because they did a good job with that. And then she sucks a cock for a bit.
I think Thomas comes 3 times in this. He does. Yeah, I just thought about it.
Yeah. I kind of like, so I'm not usually a fan of like face shots in porn.
You mean
but I actually
shots?
Really what?
Like a facial, like coming on the face?
Yeah.
Yeah, a facial. But I'm saying like I'm not usually a fan of that, but in this one I liked it because it's like I don't know, there was just something that felt a little more like
it wasn't yeah.
Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm demeaning you by doing this.
Well, because she was in control. Like, she made it happen, and then she laughed.
Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like so many times it'll be like, the woman's on her knees, down on the ground, and like the guy's like, holding the back of her head, and he's like gonna do it because he's like, haha. But in this one, she was like, haha, like I'm sucking your dick, and this is what I want,
Well, I like it when you just what you mentioned in the former, but I like this too. I just like all.
I'm just saying it's different.
Yeah.
I like that she's in control.
I would agree with that definitely. I also quite like some of the positions that we see here are some positions that don't often come up in porn. Like the one that's...
This is very vanilla, but very in-depth vanilla.
Yeah, like the one that stood out to me as in-depth vanilla that's not normally used is the on-the-side almost spooning position, where you sort of, on the side, lift one leg up and sort of come in from the side. Do you know which one I'm describing there?
Yeah, like spooning fuck.
The spoon fuck. Like that, it's kind of vanilla, but it's also like on the rare end of vanilla. I was like... That's one you don't normally see. Go porn.
This was like hardcore vanilla porn. Does that make sense?
This was adventurous vanilla.
Yeah.
You know what I felt like it was? It was like hardcore affectionate porn.
Oh, I like that.
This is like 2 years into the relationship sex. Like, If you're vanilla, what? No, change time. Sorry, my computer wants to restart. I'm sorry.
Mine just did that too.
Mine does not want to restart. Apparently, my computer's the only one serious about porn discussion.
Computer's like, no, don't interrupt this.
So yeah, once Titus is done and Yuna's just like, nope, I'm climbing back on top of you. We still get
I love that part. I love that part.
I love that part, and I love that we get multiple positions from them. It's not just, okay, let's get this finished. It's like, oh, you're not done, Yuna? Okay, we'll keep going with multiple positions until you're there.
And then he's like, he lets her get on top until he's ready to start going again. So he comes 3 times in this. Once from a blowjob, once from the spooning, and then she gets back on top of him. And then what I really like is he does one like dick clap where you thrust up and you clap onto the butt, If you're watching this, you'll know what I'm talking about. And she's like, oh! And then he does it again. Just to, like, test the waters. Is this too hard? I going... Because, you know, like, sometimes, like, if you have a dick like what Titus has got, you gotta like, test the waters first. Because you
just, like, make sure that the position's okay.
Yeah, so then he's like, is this good? And then, like, he slowly starts doing it, and then he really goes to town. Because he's sometimes, you know, when you're trying, like, more ferocious approaches, you gotta make sure that you're, like, not slamming her cervix out of her body. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I really like as well, like, I like the way that one, I can't remember which of you just described it this way, but the sort of hardcore affection porn. In that the last position we get is, you know, YUNA is riding on Titus, but they're both sat up, bodies together, almost hugging as they ride up and down. And that sort of hugging sex position is just really sweet. And it is definitely this is not just like fucking, you're in love fucking.
Yeah.
It was just a very sweet way
to... Hardcore fucking, but like hardcore cute fucking.
Yeah, hardcore cute fucks. So...
And then, like, they have the stars in the background and the fireflies or whatever they're called. You know, the souls.
Yeah.
And
I really liked that in the background. It made it seem very, like, pretty.
And also, canonically accurate. Therefore, I was like, that's in the video game. That's what would happen. If I'm gonna watch video game porn and I have sexual fantasies about a character, if things that don't make sense from the game are in there, then I'm gonna go, well, this isn't it.
Well, I think that so there's a couple. Obviously you wouldn't want to watch something that like completely takes you out of it, but I think some people can watch it and just have it be like the characters that they want.
Yeah, they're fucking casuals, okay?
Yeah. I think sometimes you got to take what you can get.
No, I won't. I will not sacrifice my porn enjoyment for casuals who don't know in-game lore.
Yeah, no settling for less than canon accuracy.
Exactly.
Is that a good place for us to start wrapping up for this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and honestly, I think they did a really good job with the YUNA model because I could still tell and still feel like it was YUNA, even though she was fully naked.
Yeah, they did.
Like the face and the hair and her little hair wrap.
They did a better job of that than they did with Titus.
Titus wasn't really important.
Yeah, he's there, but whatever. Before we wrap up, I did want to give a nice shout out to the Quinnig on Twitter at TheQuinng, who did a piece of Pixel Squirt fan art for us this week that I just wanted to give a shout to.
I know, that was so lovely.
It's adorable and it's awesome, and I thought it was important for us to give them a nice shout because go look at them on Twitter and go look at the image they did. It's super cute.
I know.
This episode's going to be a little bit shorter than usual, but I feel like we got better content.
I think this was a good episode. I think that what we may have lacked in length, we made up for in quality.
It's not the boat, it's the motion of the ocean.
Exactly. So we should probably do self-promotion. Where can people find you on the internet, Mari?
At Geek Remix, at any place you can think of, probably not Snapchat, but like Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and you can find us on the Geek Remix channel. And Stacy, you can do the promotion for that stuff that I always mess up.
Okay. I'm Stacy, and you can find me at Geek Remix a lot on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. You can also support us on GameWisp, which is like Patreon. Or we're also on TAD now, TAD, which is an app where you can watch ads to earn money for your favorite creators.
For free.
For free.
And it only takes 15
for free.
minutes.
Yep.
Nice. You can find me at Laura K. Buzz pretty much everywhere. Thank you for listening to another episode of Pixel Squirt. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.